In a matter of minutes, my worry-free, minimal responsibility of a life was forever changed. I went from working whenever I wanted, hanging out with friends on the fly, and carelessly spending money, to working all the hours that I could, canceling on friends, and saving every dime I had. I was going to be a mom, and mommy mode hit me full force. I had no idea what life had in store for me. A lifelong journey full of memories, both good and bad. The amount of love and happiness makes all the obstacles and hardships seem like nothing in comparison. Becoming a mom was the best thing that could ever happen to me and the best adventure I could ever experience. December 15th, 2009, the day my entire life changed. My phone rang, and I heard the nurse the first time, but her words came through as if in an unknown language. I calmly asked her to repeat herself, and then I heard it. Miss Aparicio, you're pregnant, and we'd like to schedule you for a follow-up appointment and an ultrasound. When will you be available? The only thing I could say in that state of shock was, yeah, okay, whenever? I was so in shock. The day had come, and my nerves were on edge. My heart was beating uncontrollably. The moment I come to the realization that I'm going to have a baby, I'm going to be a mom. Then came the first beat, and just like that, I was in love. I couldn't take the smile off of my face. The love in my heart was so strong. Never had I ever imagined I would feel something this intensely. We went on with ultrasound pictures, little hands and little feet, and the perfect little nose. It's a girl. I was gonna have a baby girl. How could this get any more perfect? Everything was still so fresh. I had no idea what was next, and I had no idea the side effects of pregnancy. Let's just say one word: nauseated. That was my life for 6 whole months. I kept telling myself over and over again, it'll all be worth it. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that during one of those many moments where it was impossible for me to eat anything, I didn't have a deep feeling of regret. Even if I attempted to eat something, it was immediate rejection and ejection. But there were beautiful moments, like little kicks just randomly throughout the day. And when she'd get these uncontrollable hiccups and my stomach would move with each one, the love that she radiated to my heart through my belly felt so warm. I was so ready to meet her. May 2nd, 2010, the day I get to meet my baby girl. Well, at least that's what I thought. The Pitocin went in, the contractions began. At least that's what they said, but I didn't feel any of them. But after several attempts and 3 days, they finally decided I needed a cesarean section. And that's it. I was finally able to meet my baby girl. Sitting on that cold, narrow bed, waiting for the epidural needle to go in and for it all to be over. I was terrified. The thought about basically being cut in half sent chills through my entire body. But my doctors and nurses were amazing, always making sure I was okay, checking up on me. The attention and care that they showed for me made the whole experience a little bit easier. The moment I'd been waiting for came in an instant. Her cry was so loud, but so perfect. I wasn't able to hold her just yet, but just the vision of her perfect little face was enough to get me through the rest of the procedure. Knowing that in a few moments I would have my beautiful baby girl in my arms. And that moment couldn't come soon enough. I was laying in the recovery room when the nurse brought her to me. She was even more beautiful than I remembered. There were no words to describe the feeling that I had in that moment. I was finally face to face with Maya, and my heart was completely hers. I was so wrapped up in her perfection that I was not prepared at all for the nights I had ahead of me. The first couple of weeks with Amaya, they were a little rough. I was in so much pain. Something as simple as walking felt impossible. But there were nights where I felt useless to Amaya. Nothing I could do would stop her from crying. One night especially, Amaya was having a very rough night. How could something so tiny be so loud? I tried everything to make her stop crying, but nothing worked. She just wanted to cry. I was so exhausted, and there were so many feelings of failure running through my head. I was now aware that having a baby was definitely no easy task, and it was only going to get a little more exciting as time goes on. My life was so different, and I loved it. Every day I was surprised by her. She was so smart, and every day she learned something new, and so did I. Every milestone was amazing. She surpassed any expectations I could ever have. Talking and walking by 9 months, I loved being her mom, and watching her grow and learn was amazing. A mother. I would have never thought this would be my life, full of adventure and excitement. Every day I learned something new about myself and the little life that I created. A life of uncertainty about what's to happen next is scary, but so exciting all at the same time. A love like no other completely changed my world, and there's nothing that could ever make me want to go back. The most unexpected and unplanned things could end up being the most amazing adventure you could have. My life was forever changed, and I love every single moment of this adventure that I call motherhood.